Hi guys, welcome back to MoMo's Voice. I just want to firstly thank everyone who has joined my journey by subscribing. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and click the notification so it can let you know when I've uploaded a new video. But I just want to thank everyone. I felt the love. I've got messages, I've got emails, I've got calls, and I just really appreciate you all. And like the feedback that I've got from everyone is like they actually want to hear the full story of my accident. So this video is going to be about that journey. So go and get your cups, your drinks, your biscuits, your jollof rice, and join me. So guys, welcome back. And yes, this video is just going to be like a more detailed um video just to talk about what I've been the whole journey of my hit and run and the condition FND and how the process went and how it started to how I got to this point. So June 2014, the 7th day. Yeah. I was crossing the road in Dartford and the car hit me. I think I did like a somersault flying in the air. I don't know what happened, but all I remember is that I hit the ground, but I got up. I guess they said it was the adrenaline that kicked in and had me, rushing. Like my blood was rushing, everything was rushing. So I remember picking up my phone and calling my friend at the time and saying to her, "Oh my gosh, I just got hit by a car," and she was like, pardon. I was like, yeah, I just got hit by a car. And she's like, can you stop? What are you doing now? I was like, I'm like walking to the station. I'm trying to get to church. And she's like, no. Can you stop and call the ambulance? And I was like, no, I'm fine. And as I was talking to her, I just no longer could feel my hands. And then my phone dropped out of my hands. And then I was trying to like keep myself up. And then I couldn't feel my legs. And then all of a sudden, I woke up in King's College Hospital. I don't remember anything that happened after that. I don't even remember who came to see me. Apparently, by the time I woke up, I had about 33 visitors. So yeah, so I woke up in King's College Hospital. And I remember the doctors were like, do you remember your name? Do you remember who you are? And I was looking at them like, where am I? And I was just like, who are you? And they were like telling me I got hit by a car and stuff like that. And then I remember trying to get up and I just couldn't do nothing. And I was like, wait. And I just said, I can't move my legs and my hands, because at that time it was both my legs and my hands that were like unmovable, if that's a word. And it was really, oh my God, I was like, wait, am I a vegetable now? Is this what the amount of thoughts that came through my head at that moment when all I could move was my eyes. And I was just like looking around and, I was told that lots of people had come to visit me and, because I kept on waking up and sleeping because the pain that was in was so much. It was like electrics going through my body and I was having unepileptic seizures and the pain in my back was just so aggressive. So anyway, I remember like asking the doctors like, what's wrong with me? They were like, well, nothing physically is wrong with you, but you say that you can't feel your legs, you can't feel your hands. I said, what do you mean I say? That is what's happened. I can't feel my legs and I can't feel my hands. So I was in hospital for about a month and a bit before they put me into rehab. And while I was in hospital, I think I lost all my dignity left. My self-respect, everything went out the window because I was no longer able to like bath for myself. At the time, was no longer able to feed myself, and I thank God for my mum's life because she was like my supporter. She was always at my bedside, in the first thing. Thank God my mum worked at King's College Hospital. So like she was always there in the morning, brought me food that she cooked from home. And she's one of the reasons why I put on weight. I wasn't this size always, guys. But yeah, so she will bring me food in the morning, pray with me, encourage me, and then goes to work and then comes in her breaks and then comes after work. So my mom will be basically with me from morning to night. And then I'll have like my amazing friends who will come and see me like every day, like or you know, a few friends that will drop here and here and then. You know, it was just really nice to have the support. But I think the hardest thing for me going through that was the mental state. And you know, I was actually alone in that journey, despite I had family and friends that supported me. And that loneliness was a mental thing more than anything else, you know, because you know, there'll be times that I remember, like one particular day when I had lots of my friends around and we were laughing, and though I was in pain, it was just I was in so much joy. I had so much joy. Sorry, I had so much joy, and because I was surrounded by my friends, and then they went home, and there was silence, and all I can hear was, you know, patients that were, you know, either hit by. I had a patient who was hit by a bus. I had a patient who had jumped off of the roof because she wanted to kill herself because she was depressed. Like, it was really hard being in a hospital, dealing with my own condition, and also being surrounded by those that were dealing with their own condition. And this time was really trying for me because I had to like learn to depend on God. Like, I was so down, you know. There was times like I even thought about it. I like kept medications to overdose. That's how I felt like my life was over, because at that moment I started thinking, I'm never gonna walk again, probably never gonna get married again, probably not gonna have children again. All these things came in my mind at that time, and it was just really hard to comprehend it. And you know, and I guess that's where my test of faith came from, you know. And literally I had 2 verses in the Bible that kept me going, which was Philippians 3:14, I believe. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And also, blessed are those who persevere through their trials. And I think that's James 1 verses 12. But I'll put the actual verse in the clip. So, but yeah, so those were the 2 scriptures that were really sticking in my heart, that were just like, you know, you can do all things, you can do all things. And it took a long time to get to that point, because there were times where I didn't even want to know God. I didn't even want to hear his name. Like, and I had like, you know, fellow brothers and sisters that would come to the hospital, and they will be like, oh, it is well. And I'll be laughing, I'll be like, what's well? You know, you get to go home. You get to walk home. You get to go to your family. You get to eat whatever you like. But you're telling me it is well. And I used to think to myself, if another person said it is well, whatever I had named, I'll throw at them. If it was cranberry juice, because cranberry juice was my best friend at that time. I had water. I had everything. You know, I was like, I'm going to throw something at someone, you know, if they say it is well. And it was just so, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear about God, because I felt like, if God so loved me, why did he put me in this position? And, you know, it just taught me about how, I don't know if I say how proud I was, or like, how can this happen to me? More this. I was like, no, I'm actually just human. Anything can happen to me, you know. And it made me trust in him. Like, I was so broken physically and spiritually. Like, I was so broken. I couldn't do nothing, you know. I that used to be running up and down, party here, friends here, I'm going to go and see this person, I'm going to go and do this person. Like, I was everywhere, and I was enjoying life, and then was now in standstill. So who else do you turn to? Because you can't turn to the patients, you know. And it was literally, when everyone's gone, it was me, myself, and God. And there will be times that I'm crying, I'm shouting at him, I hate you, why would you do this to me? And there will be times like, I surrender all to you, you know. But I had to like literally humble myself and be like, God, I am nothing. I'm an empty vessel. You need to fill me up and give me a strength so I can survive this, because I was broken. And, you know, I'm a very good pretender when it comes to pretending. And when my friends are around, I can be so happy so that they're happy. But I was always trying to be strong for other people, but not for myself, you know. And this taught me how to be, taught me that I could never be strong for myself. I needed him to be strong for me, you know. And I think that was the biggest test in my entire journey, was that moment when I had to accept that I was literally nothing without him. And that's when the light bulb switched on for me, you know. And that was, I guess, the moment that I was ready to fight not being able to walk. And it wasn't no easy journey. You know, there was times where I was walking, I was in pain. Like, they were like, you know, I had my, you know, you guys saw the first clip where I was trying to walk and every step was agony. But I was pushing. Sometimes I'm like, God, I can't do this anymore. Just take my life. I don't want to go through this pain. And then other days I'll be like, no, I can do it. Just one more. You'll keep pushing yourself. One more. But there's times I didn't want to do nothing at all. And, you know, it was really hard because I could hear everyone else was, you know, I'm going to this party. You know, sometimes people don't realize what they do to you because they don't do it purposely, you know. And, you know, friends will tell me they're going to party, family will tell me they're going to party, and I'm stuck in hospital. Dreaming about Nando's. Or dreaming about jollof rice. Or dreaming about going to one beach that I've never been to. While everyone's just enjoying their life. And I think that was the hardest part of my life. And thinking about it's actually making me want to cry. But I'm not gonna cry because I'm on YouTube. But you know, it was hard. It was a test for me. You know, I learned about friendship. Oh my Lord, I learned about friendship. I learned about love. I learned about what it means to unconditionally love somebody, you know. Someone that didn't see me for my disability or my inability, you know. And I realized I had lovers. I had people that loved me. And I also realized how much I didn't love myself, if I'm honest with you. You know, and I had to teach myself how to love myself again. Because I felt like I'm just a empty vessel, no hope anymore, no prosperity, nothing. And not walking, not being able to leave whenever I wanted to, being bathed by nurses. I'm talking about bathed. Like, that was the hardest thing. Like, to have random people come and bath you and you're young. You know, it was hard, guys. Like, it was really, really hard when I think about it. But I thank God because He gave me a strength that is indescribable, because I still have that strength. A strength that can never lack, that is just enough to keep going, you know. And I can't lie, I love my family, I love my friends, but if it wasn't for God, I don't think I'll be where I am today. I don't think I'll have the strength that I have today. I don't think I'll have the ability to be able to come to you guys and share my story if it wasn't for Him. And, you know, I lost a lot, but I also gained a lot. And I won't say I'm 100% there yet, because I still have like unepileptic seizures, and so sometimes my body just goes into like muscular seizures, and it's really painful, and it can have me like out for a couple of days, and which is really can sometimes be embarrassing because it can happen in public, it can happen in my home, but I've actually learnt to accept it, that it's my process to getting better. I'm gonna show you a clip like of when how my walking improved and stuff, you know. Okay, where am I going?
Go around the trail, yeah?
It's just amazing to be in this position where I can share my story, because I was embarrassed by it a lot before. You know, I didn't want people to see me with my stick I didn't want people to see me in that condition. And but I'm thankful for the friends that I have and family that I have, because they kind of pushed me. I didn't even have a choice, to be honest with you. Like, I couldn't be nobody. I had to be a somebody. And I thank God for those that he surrounded me during this period. So it was really, really hard, guys. And so rehab happened. I was in the rehab for about let's say 3 weeks, and my appendix decided to do jump. Here it is. And I ended up getting rushed back into hospital to get my appendix taken out. And I was kind of like bedbound for about 3 weeks because I after my surgery got an infection which they couldn't find what it was. So I was really poorly after that. So the things I had learned in rehab was kind of forgotten. So by the time I was starting to do rehab again, I had to literally start all over again. So I ended up staying in hospital again for another 3 months and did all my rehabilitation there. And it was an interesting 3 months because I learned that it wasn't only physical healing that I needed, like, you know, as in regarding physio, it was also mental healing, you know, because I lost all my confidence, I lost all my self-esteem, my dignity was all gone, like, you know, but I never healed straight away, you know. So after in total about 4.5 months in hospital, I was discharged to a disability friendly home, and that's when basically my healing mentally started to kick in. You know, I always had like, you know, people praying for me, but it wasn't enough. You know, I guess for you to really truly heal, you have to realize there's a problem, and until you realize that problem, you're just gonna go around in circles and circles and circles, you know, hitting. Sorry guys, I should have put that on mute. I'll do that right now. Healing, and you know, it was really, 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 really hard to accept that I had mental issues that I had to overcome, and it wasn't just the physical side of it. You know, I didn't want to go outside anymore. I was embarrassed because I was in a wheelchair. I didn't want people to see me in a wheelchair. I didn't want people to see me looking the way I did. And, you know, I put on a lot of weight, so I was a big girl on a wheelchair, you know, and it was just like really hard. But I had an amazing partner at the time that was supporting me, encouraging me, as well as my friends and my families. You know, they were all there. I was never really left alone for too long, you know. But when that time of loneliness came, I was so down, I was so depressed, I was so frustrated. I didn't understand what God was trying to teach me from all of this. I just felt like he was being so unfair to me. You know, it was so hard. It was so hard, guys. I can't even lie to you. I won't even say, I passed the test of flying. Man, I failed too many times. You know, I was back chatting God all the time. I was like, you say you love me. You know, there was that you have them conversations that I even had to, like, one time when I was on my way to an appointment, I was pretending I was on the phone. I was like, God, you don't respect me. You don't even like me. Like, just let me die. You know, it's that deep. You know, I was like, this is embarrassing. You know, look at the Moya everyone knew. Look at what I've become. And, like, I felt like nobody. I felt like nobody. And until one day, I met a lady who had the condition that I had. And apparently she was in that condition for 20 years. Whew, that's when reality hit home for me, and I was like, nope, this is not going to be me. Nope, I'm not going to do this. Nope, Moyo, you're going to fight, and you're going to walk again, and you're going to be able to do sports again, you're going to be able to run, you're going to be able to dance. And whoever knows me, I love to dance. I love it. I can do everything. I can do shaku. You know, I can do salsa. I could anything that has me moving my body. Moyo is there. Any beat I will do. You know, I guess that's the Nigerian side of me. I don't know, but it was doing me well. You know, and I was like, I'm not gonna be a vegetable. I'm not gonna be in bed for the rest of my life. I'm not. And that was kind of it for me. I was like, no, I'm gonna prove to people that, mate, you can get hit by a car and you can walk again. And that was my push. That woman pushed me. And I was like, God, you're gonna do some supernatural thing right now. You're gonna take over. I literally surrender it all to you. I am going to let you lead me. And that's when everything changed for me. And don't think it was easy. There's times where I didn't want to pick up my Bible. There was times I didn't want to hear what anyone had to say about God. There was times that the pain was too much. It took control of my entire system. It was like, even lifted a finger, I was like, you know, it was so painful. I was just like, I cannot do this. But I was like, no, I'm not going to stop. You know, so here we are in 2019 and Moyo's walking a lot better. There's times I still need my stick because that's just the process. But I'm getting there. And I thank God, you know, I'm getting better, you know, and, you know, I just hope that what you guys get from this is that as long as you are alive, yeah, there's always hope that your situation can change. And as long as you have that hope, your situation will change. You know, nothing is ever permanent. You're not always permanent in one job. You know, your salary will rise. So it just shows you, like, you grow, you age. Everything. One thing in life that's always constant is change. So if you accept that, no matter what, you are not going to be the same person that you were yesterday, today, that means your situation can always change. If you trust in God enough and have faith in what he says he can do for you, then you are basically there. And I just want to encourage anyone, yeah, that has gone through something that has been so damaging to their confidence, so damaging to their personality, so damaging to who they are, to never give up. Like, every day that you continue, you're always that little bit more stronger, you know. And I feel like if I can go from somebody that was always up and down to someone that was basically on standstill, because I felt like that standstill for me was a solitary confinement that God needed to show me that the fact that I'm able to go up and down was by his grace. You know, the fact that I was driving was by, I realized that I took everything that I had at that time for granted. You know, I didn't appreciate the fact that I could drive. I didn't really appreciate that I can move around, just do things in life. I can get up and go and bath myself. I could do whatever. I didn't actually appreciate those little things until it was taken away from me. You know, and I appreciate, when I tell you, I appreciate every single day I'm awake. I appreciate every single day that I wake up with no pain. I appreciate every single day that I can walk. I appreciate every single day I can use my own hands to feed myself. I appreciate every single day that I can sit up and I'm not in agony. And we tend to forget the little things. And I just hope that my message just generates something in you guys of gratitude. Be grateful for everything that you have. Be grateful for that you are in these trials. You have these issues because there's a blessing that's coming out at the end of it. And be grateful for that narrow, dark tunnel that you're seeing, and you can see that glimpse of light at the end of it, because when you get out at the end of it, you're on a new level. You're on a new level of understanding, a new level of wisdom, a new level of knowledge. That God is taking you from one end to another. You know, and just always know that, like he says, he will never forsake you guys. Everything that you need to overcome what you're going through is already installed in you. You already have it in you to overcome it. Don't give up. Don't take the easy way out. The easy way out is giving up. But the hard way out is fighting, but you will be grateful for it. You know, and please, you know, never ever take things for granted. I think that's my biggest lesson from this whole thing, taking things for granted. Never. Every day that you have time to spend with friends and family, spend it. Because we're not promised tomorrow, you know. Even when things are seem gloomy, seems dark, seems like it's always me, you know. I've always said that everything always happens to Moyo. Like, always happens to Moyo. But I realized, do you know what? It's because Moyo has God, and her strength comes from God. So despite the things coming, Moyo's always gonna come out the other side. You know, and I'm still healing, guys. And I believe that this is going to even help me heal more, because I'm able to voice out everything that I've been through and everything that I've overcome, and share with you people so you can also overcome what you're going through. And I just want to, you know, encourage you guys to live every day like it's your last. Like, come on, like, I have to say that one. Like, I know it's so cliche, but literally live every day like it's your last day, because hey, I was like, you know, kind of like a couple of seconds away from my last day that day, you know. But, you know, God saved me. We thank God, you know. And I'm able to be here sharing my story, you know. So I really hope you guys have got the message from what I was sharing. And I really hope that you've kind of felt what I've been through in a little small something, you know, so small like that, you know. And can understand my journey and why I want to share it with you guys. And I'm just grateful that you guys have tuned and watched this video. And please subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with people that you feel like need to hear an encouraging message, you know. And just always, I think one message that I want to tell you guys, like, I remember reading, I can't remember what it was called, I can't remember, but your yes is more powerful than any other person's yes. So someone can tell you can do it, but if you don't tell yourself you can do it, then you won't be able to do anything. So until you tell yourself that you can do it, that's when the power actually generates. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you come back. You better come back. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Yeah. And notify if you haven't notified. There's this button that does these bells or something like that. You know, notify yourselves. And tune in again. And I promise y'all, it'll be more joyful. But I just had to, you know, there was people that were saying, Moya, this YouTube is too short. You know, you need to make it a bit longer. I want to hear story. But I hope that was enough for you guys to, obviously I couldn't, if I told you this, we'll be here for a very long time, so I had to snip it for you guys. But yes, please tune in for my next video, which is going to be an amazing one, because I'm going to invite someone special in my heart to come and join me, and we're just going to talk about a particular topic which I'm not going to say because it's a secret. And yeah, so tune in, guys, and thank you again for watching my video. Love you all. Bye, guys. My baby,